Super Fast Tortoise in the show, drinking coffee, wishing you well, because life is swell. Super Fast Tortoise. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get up, it's senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow.
From head to toe, everybody, welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise in the Shell Morning Coffee Show. It is Friday. It is Friday. Yeah. We got TCGdude here. Boop, boop. We got Hillbilly. We got Lone Wolf.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Hope that's enough energy to get you awake, get you startled. Yeah, I'm so glad everybody's here. Man, today's topic was brought to you by just a random thought today. Honestly, I was like building the thumbnail and I didn't have a title yet. I'm like, hell, let's just type this in, see if we can get it to fit in the thumbnail, and it did.
Cool.
But I thought it was an interesting case because there's a lot you can touch on today. A lot of things to ask questions about, to be curious about the economy around it and everything, and so on and so forth. But outside of that, how are you doing today, Hillbilly?
Doing pretty good. Came up with a good deck idea and got a compliment on that thumbnail that you made me there, Tortoise.
Oh,
Awesome.
cool. Love compliments on thumbnails. I do. How you doing there, Lone Wolf?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right. I heard through the grapevine that you got a land board wipe in your deck. That's a win condition in your deck for Hearth Roll.
Okay, you have to repeat that again.
You got that green card that you sacrifice all your lands or any amount of lands, and you search your library for that many amounts of lands.
I thought you said land destruction the first time. I'm like, no, I don't. But yes, I did.
It is land destruction. You're destroying your own lands to get lands.
Yep, I'm pretty excited for that. I can't even begin to tell you.
It's something scape, isn't it?
Yeah, scape shift.
Scape shift. Yeah, there we go. Scape shift is a powerful card for Hearth Roll. Never thought there would be a good deck for Scape Shift that didn't include Primeval Titan. That's pretty cool. I like it. Well, maybe one day Primeval Titan will be unbanned from Commander and put on the Game Changers list. So good.
Wishful thinking, Tortoise. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I'm the king of wishful thinking. That are board wipes. To be determined.
Yep. I mean, they do unban cards for Commander. Just never know when they're going to come up with the unbanned of what they're going to unban.
Right.
The reason why I don't see Primeval Titan becoming unbanned is because it says any lands.
That's right. Any lands. It's pretty good. And yes, like there's another card out there that's a Avatar type card, not from Avatar, but I think it's like an Avatar creature type. But I could be wrong. But when it comes into play, it destroys target land and searches the land. That one's probably going to be banned longer than Primeval Titan. But Primeval Titan has a modern deck that's called Scape Shift, and it's a really good deck. Yeah. So we'll see. TCGdude, thank you for stopping by. How's it going today?
That's going all right. Got a little bit of a dry throat action going on here. It's been cold in these parts, but got some hot coffee, got some tea rolling, so
All right.
ready to talk Magic.
Talk some Magic. That's right. Go crazy. Go nuts. Go nuts for donuts, my friends, because we are here. We are going to the segment of the day where we talk about a certain card like this.
Card of the day.
Oh, hold on a second. I forgot to upload it. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. I was wondering, are we the card of the day?
The card of the day is actually recently abandoned commander. It's Gifts Ungiven. Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's a pretty good card. I mean, yeah, you lose the 2 cards, but hey, graveyard recursion makes this a great card.
Well, Gifts Ungiven is so amazing. Like, it used to be broken in Modern a long time ago, but I think Power Creep has probably set it aside a little. Gifts Ungiven, well, it still might be banned in Modern for all I know. But you get to search up your library for 4 cards with different names, reveal them. And your opponent chooses 2 of them, and you put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest in your hand. And you know, you're just going for the best cards in your deck anyway, so it's a lose situation for your opponent and a win situation for you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're one of those deck builders who put bad cards, bad choices in their deck, which I don't think there's many of those people out there.
I want to disagree with that because I might be one of those.
All right. So if you're going to search for cards, are you going to search for bad cards?
Probably.
Oh, my Lord. Gifts Ungiven has actually been one of my favorite cards for a while. In fact, I had a fan of the channel send me a version of this card because I liked it and I wanted one for a cube, and he sent me one, and because the card was cheap, not worth really trading much for at the time, and so I got a copy of this. That's pretty cool. Gifts Ungiven is pretty solid. I love it. And I had an extra copy of Gifts Ungiven that the day they unbanned it, I just threw it straight in my Dragons deck because, oh my Lord, so good. So good.
Yeah, I saw an interesting video on YouTube about this being used, I believe in Modern, where the fella didn't search 4 cards. He searched 2 because he knew that those 2 choices were forced into the graveyard and he needed them there. So it was pretty clutch.
No, you know what? I never thought about that because it does say up to 4 cards. That's a great idea because, 4 mana to get 2 cards in the yard in a recursion deck is pretty solid idea. Yep. Yeah, I like it. You mean the value is great. 4 mana to get 4 cards into playable areas of your hand in the graveyard. So good. That's why it's a card of the day. But now let's roll on to the picture of the day. The picture of the day is, sir, please may I have more Magic cards? Oh man, I even made this this picture of the day before I had a topic of the day.
Wow.
It was funny. I wanted to because let's put it this way. There was a time I was homeless when Magic was thriving economically wise, in the secondary market. And when I was homeless, I was able to keep afloat, feed my belly, find places to stay by trading and selling Magic cards. And so I know Magic the Gathering at least was important to poor people back in the day who were floating on the economy of Magic.
Yep.
And that's why the whole thing about should Wizards of the Coast make poor products or good products for poor people that came to mind is because there was a time when there were money cards in Magic, especially in the standard environment, because I know this is hard to believe, people, but standard used to be the main way to play Magic.
Yep.
And that kept the price value of cards. People knew when to flip them, and people knew when to change them. People had a good idea what cards would go up in value, and what cards would drop in value. So rotation was easier to follow back then, So it made an interesting choice of lifestyle to live off the economy of Magic back then. Where today, I think it's a little bit harder.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, back in the day, all they had was standard. They didn't have all these other formats. Didn't have commander. And standard was what was the game.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to play. I mean, 4 copies of a card. I mean, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got all these other formats.
Right. Then we ended up in the 2020 era of COVID, and that's when the reprint world started happening. When Wizards of the Coast we can reprint cards and make money, and they did. And during that time, EDH Commander was getting huge, got big. It was this booming time for in-home Magic. Spell table games increased amazingly to the point where people are playing spell table more than ever nowadays compared to before 2020.
Yep.
So Magic has grown a lot, player-wise, the fandom. Woo! Even board games in general went nuts in 2020 because people not only were bored and stuck at home during that time trying to entertain themselves by playing video games, board games, and stuff like that, but people were YouTubing and finding all these great secret board games that they didn't know about that had the actual flavor. They're not just your generic Monopoly kind of games. I mean, they were full intense games, and they were coming out with great games, and the board game economy just exploded too. So, I mean, it shows to you that people are willing to spend money on things to keep them entertained.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think 2020 was around the year that the Nintendo Switch got super popular because it was an at-home console that was fairly decently priced, and people got to pay because those stimmy checks didn't go to waste when it came to entertaining people. But anyways, my friends, that is the picture of the day. I didn't realize it would spark so much conversation out of me. All right. TCGdude, how'd it go? Have a good one, TCGdude. Hey guys, just got done editing SFT show. Nice.
Oh.
Can't wait to watch that. All right, TCGdude, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Hope things are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stopped by and had to go for reasons I can't say. I don't know, but I know it was important.
Yep.
But for sure, back on track, back to the topic, my friends. Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts and go nuts for donuts. And the topic of the day is, should Wizards of the Coast make product for poor people? Now, should Wizards of the Coast make product for poor people to play Magic the Gathering? Or should they lower the prices of product in general? Do we need a cheaper alternative to our game? Or should people just move on to another game entirely? Is Magic too expensive for us anymore? Can we expect prices of product to go up more, like the yearly cost of rent? Let's dive into this thought process. Yeah.
Well, my thoughts about this is they should probably make the reprints, which they don't do that, which lowers the prices so poorer people can afford, which is good. But I think they need to make stuff still make it more affordable for poorer people.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I agree. I agree that we need a cheaper product, but there's some stipulations that get in the way. But continue.
Yeah. I mean, they say that Magic is for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if Magic is for everyone, then you need to make it to where everyone can play.
Right.
Not everybody can go out and afford a $100 card. I know. I mean, yeah, $100. I mean, there is cards out there that I do know That's worth $100.
Right.
But they need to reprint that
Mm-hmm.
and double down on that reprinting,
Right.
bring that price lower, or just come on down with the prices of these cards so people can actually afford the cards. Like the highest amount of cards you can buy, which will probably be the commander decks. I mean, bring them all down to like say $50. Which ain't bad. $50, no matter what they represent.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say I know they didn't make Avatar commander decks. I can just imagine how much those prices would be for Avatar commander decks. But just flat out $50 across the board of every kind of commander deck that's out there. Yeah,
they change
they
the
are
price of commander decks to the sets too, like special sets with special commander sets in them are priced differently because the IPs.
right. I mean, I can understand their point of view and everything because the business wise, they do need to make money, and that's why they are doing that. But have premium at a certain price, and everything, just like Tibalt's saying here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have partnered. And yeah, I noticed that today. Tibalt, they have partnered with Lunchbox and made some merch.
We love merch.
Yep, they made some merch. It was.
Right.
I mean, they had that. They blew that up all across the arena.
Mm. Yeah, I saw that the other yesterday, I believe. But anyways, so they got premium products out there. Magic thinks all their products are premium. I swear, they're like, this is gold. We're gonna sell this for gold prices. The gold standard is Magic the Gathering. But Paul, I wish you were on here. I wish TCGdude was on here too, because one of the things I want to bring up is if they did make products for poorer people with less means to buy a cheaper product than affordable product, would that really take down the cost of singles in the market? Like, you look at the expensive cards, and you're like, well, we need the expensive cards cheaper. Well, that's fine. That's fine to think about. But what about the 5-10 cent cards? Do you really need those to be cheaper? How about the 10-25 cent cards? How about the $2 cards? Do those need to be cheaper? I mean, if we had more product out there, say they did make product for cheaper people, poorer people, would that affect the economy where cards would be worth less money? I mean, there's some cards out there worth uber cheap money out there as singles, and buy singles anyways. That's better than buying product nowadays. But would that affect the economy in a bad way, where like Tibalts Apprentice, who has his own store, check it out in the description below. TCGdude has a store, check it out in the description below too. And what if their $2 cards became 50 cents? Would that affect their business in a bad way? Is Wizards of the Coast protecting businesses in a weird way? That is the question I have.
I mean, it would hurt them, but
Rambling
would also
Magic, what's up?
would hurt them, but I also think it would help also. Because the cheaper a product is, the more products sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your wish is my command. Woo woo. Well, because that's an interesting topic to get into. Because, like, whoa. Who's that handsome fella?
Your wish is my command. I am here. I wasn't going to be here, but I did finish what I was working. Because you were there with me in spirit. Anyhow, what we were working on, I was working on. So yeah, I've got some things to say. So the premium product. So keeping things on a relative even keel. It's not even making Magic for poor people. It's keeping a budget version of things available.
Right.
I think it has a couple of things. I understand they're a company. They're there for the shareholders. They're there to make money. All of those things.
Right.
I think if they kept their baseline products at a reasonable price, I would engage with them more often. At this point, watching the increases of things, I've absolutely changed the way that I view Wizards of the Coast and I view their products. And that's the problem. I'm not going to spend much money with the company anymore. It's just like I feel like they've broken faith with the players, and they're pushing for products. Just turn things off for me. And in my case, that's a good thing, because it means I can disengage with a product and I can sell it. I can just get rid of it. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's a portion of it. So if I felt that the company would keep that baseline products, I would engage with it more. I would buy, and I would be more invested in it. Literally more invested in it. I would spend more money that way. But their push for profits so much right now has left a bad feeling in my mouth from, and there's a whole lot of things that are tied into this, but being an older player, you know, from the original, from the beginning, you know, from Revised on, I understand that things are going to change and things are going to be different, and I should engage with it differently. I'm a different person than I was back then. All of these things are true, but just watching how the company has moved and stuff and these are all personal feelings. I'm not saying that other people should engage with this across the board, but people that have come into the game late,
right?
You know, they are going to have a different feeling about it. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I'm not sure any of that made sense, but anyhow, I'm very impassioned about it.
Well, yeah. Well, think about this, right? Like you own your own shop, your own TCG shop, and you're really good at it. In fact, what is it? What rank is your shop at on TCG Player?
Well, I am I got to level 4 relatively quickly within a couple of months, because you can be, you know, 1 to 4, and then I went to become a pro seller, which really that's me purchasing, not purchasing, but I give them a higher percentage, so I get a website. So I am a pro seller with them. I've kept my my feedback, you know, as positive as I can. It's nearly 100% always. So yeah, for that end, I'm grateful for sure.
Right. Well, the question I had is, like, say they did make a product for poor people like us, but like me, you know, like I look like I'm fancy, but a lot of this stuff I got was discount. But if they made poor product, that's more product on the shelf. If people can afford it and open it more, right? And say your $5 cards drop to like $1.50, you know, because there's so much more product out there now. Because I'm pretty sure if they made product for poor people like us, they're not slowing down on the product they make for today.
No,
you know,
so there is a certain. I've talked about this a little bit with the stuff that I've done recently here. There's a certain mindset that I'm changing myself currently. But here's the thing to understand. Magic cards in general have a very, very, very long shelf life.
Right.
They're not going to be always premium, not always going to be high priced, but they are going to sell. And, Bulk Kings, TCG Bulk Kings, is the guy's name is Chase, and I've watched him several times, and he talks about his tagline actually is every card has value.
Right.
So he got big selling absolutely bulk cards, just the stuff that you find in the bulk bins, all the chaff that's laying around.
Right.
And he talks about the fact that even there's money to be found in those few cards and stuff. So they're always going to have that. And that's what my mind shift lately has been. I'm out the money when I buy the cards, and once I put them in my store, it doesn't matter. As long as they sell for more than what I bought them for,
right,
I'm making a profit. So it doesn't matter.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Coach says they turned collector boosters into more of a high stakes gamble booster with all the high value chase and serialized cards, diminishing the baseline product and value, making it more expensive. Right. And look, Wizards of the Coast ain't to blame for all the pricing issues we face with Magic today. They did slam MSRPs on product, suggested retail prices. And the secondary market, we got these people who want more money for Magic and find out people will pay double or triple the value of a product and will push that price. I mean, remember Final Fantasy's collector boxes were selling for about $1,000 a piece?
Crazy.
Holy cow.
Crazy.
Holy cow.
And I get
the price of my computer.
Really?
I get to what Coach is saying about, Magic shouldn't be free. It can be free. You could just proxy all the cards and stuff like that. That's true.
Right.
But
he's asking if Magic should be free.
Yeah, it should. No. I mean, yes, no. I understand it's a business. You know what I mean? So you could do it. You could just play proxies and that would be fine. But the fact is that their business model, it feels to me, I don't have a PhD in this stuff, so it's just some guy talking. But I feel that they're diluting their own brand and their chasing of profits, like I said, has built resentment in the fan base, a certain part of the fan base.
Right.
And again, each person has to engage on their own level, spending their own money and stuff. But it just feels like it's diluting it for overall. There's Fortnite of effect or Funko Pop effect where they make these things cheaper and cheaper. And then for the, like you mentioned, the serialized stuff, all the things they put in the premium box, if you don't get those when you buy it, well, now you've got bad feelings towards the company like, oh, I wasted my money on this. And you're just going to build up that resentment. It's like a bad relationship is what it is.
Well, I don't know what happened to Funko Pops, but it sounds like they're going through a rough time right now.
I mean, yeah. All right. Dude, I had a question. I just
it happens. It happens.
I hate that. All right. All right. There's two thoughts about the cards, the business actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who do you think is at fault for the Magic? Is Magic coming in? They're dipping in so many IPs. Are they out of ideas for their own world, or what do you think is going on there?
I think they tried it once and it was very successful, and so they did it again.
Yeah, and I think it's because they need to. It's too hard for them to. Well, I'm not going to say it's too hard. I'm not going to project any of that. This is my assumption. My assumption is it's easier to buy already existing properties than it is to make your own, because you need to invest in time and artists and such to create their own IP and have a cohesive story and so on. And it's just easier to buy somebody else's established stuff and just throw some money at it.
That's right.
That's what I think.
Coaches says the trick with MTG is finding what parts of it make you happy and engaging with the parts that make you a better person. Remove yourself from the negative aspects of your engagement. Right? And I'm not trying to get into the negative aspects of anything of get engagement. The question is simple. Should they make affordable products for lower income people? For poor people who can't afford $200 booster boxes, right? Like, what if they did half a booster box for half the price? Is that worth it? I mean, look, people are spending half the price of a booster box on a bundle box for 12 packs. That's not even worth it, really.
Well, the other thing then becomes too, though, are they putting things behind a paywall when it comes to mechanics and such that are only available on premium products?
Right.
We saw this back in the day when they first came out with the Walking Dead set, and they had mechanically unique things. And then the other issue becomes, do you need those to play? Do you need those game pieces to play the game? Because, I think it's up to Well, I've always said right from the beginning that like no matter how much you spend on a card, I've got a counter spell that will stop that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it depends on how you play the game, but you in general may wind up finding yourselves feeling bad or feeling cheated or feeling ostracized from the game because of their practices. I think that's the main problem I think of.
Right. Well, it's interesting because, like, looking at the prices of product now, because of inflation and stuff, it's gone up. Plus a little bit of greed, it's gone up. Hasbro pushing Wizards, Wizards pushing Hasbro. I think it's a 2-in streak there to make more profits and generate more profits. It feels like they're alienating their old player base, but at the same time, they're trying to grow and evolve a larger player base because in their brains, they think the average player just lasts for 4 years, and that's probably true. The average player lasts 4 years, but you know how many players we've have in the game that's played for over 20 years? You know, I'm one of those.
Try 30 years.
30 years. You need a walking.
There's a few of us out there. Exactly. I have a cane, as a matter of fact. I also feel like we're the exception to the rule and stuff too. I think in a lot of cases.
But we love the game. We love Wizard of the Coast. We just don't love what Wizard of the Coast does all the time.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think they could do something fun. Like an idea I came out, and trust me, I didn't just go into this blindly when I came up with the product on the spot. I'm like, what are ways you can make a cheaper product? Well, what if they did a gambling aspect, kind of gambling, where they sold booster packs at the dollar store, like Dollar General or Dollar Tree or Five Below. And these packs are special in the unique way that you're not always guaranteed a rare. But for like $1, you can get like 12 cards, commons, uncommons, and possibly a rare or mythic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is that something that people would consider? I mean, I remember a long time ago, I found dollar store packs and bought them all up because they were $1 a piece and they weren't guaranteed a rare pack. And there were some pretty crappy cards in there, but these weren't like set cards. This wasn't like this is Spider-Man or this is it wasn't like this was like Lorwyn back in the day. No, it was bulk cards assorted and sold.
Yep.
Coach's Magic says, I don't think Wizards Hasbro cares a lot about the long-term player collector. We are not their target. They just throw us home every now and again. That's right.
Yeah.
Change that home to bone.
Boom. I caught you.
You actually, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
So really quick. So you brought up two very interesting things with what you said about that. Well, first of all, the rares, even with the packs that we get now, there are so many junk rares out there that like it doesn't even matter a lot of times if you get a rare. It's the uncommons or even sometimes the commons that make a difference.
Right.
But the second thing you said, and I'm not picking on you, but you said you bought up all the cards.
Yeah.
So there's a certain element of this game that appeals to those people that are avid about collecting and about getting all of the product that they possibly can. So certain ways and certain strategies that Hasbro, I'll say Hasbro, not necessarily Wizard of the Coast, that Hasbro has pursued feels exploitive of a certain demographic that they have with FOMO and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're all about FOMO here. We love fear of missing out. I'm kidding. Trust me, I'm not fearing Avatar or missing out. There's a couple good cards in there.
Yeah.
And then that I want, especially that Shared Roots card. I really want that card. It's like $1.50. I just need some money to buy it. But still, Shared Roots card is good. But like, my eyesights are targeted on a specific set that's coming out in March. And my plan is to not spend money on Magic until March.
I heard they canceled that set.
You wish. And
I thought they were doing alternate art cards. I thought that's what you were working on the other day.
all
You
right.
were doing your alternate arts. You just slap those on the cards. You proxy your own.
Alternate art cards. Yeah, I could do alternate art cards. I won't be as cool as good looking as Magic the Gathering's cards, but I could try. Look up Jasper Myford's post about Chase card.
I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, have to check that out. But still, the question at hand is, and the question we should really think about, consequentially, is should they legitimately make product for the poor people? Now, and by consequentially, I mean, like, what are the consequences of them doing so? Like, would people retaliate? Will the collectors retaliate because they're dropping the value of cards down or something like that? Mm-hmm. How would it affect the secondary economy of Magic if they did such? You know?
It's
Social
probably...
Speaks. Hello, fellas. Question for y'all. What's the most mono blue troll commander? Oh, I don't know.
Tolerant? No.
I don't know.
There is a mono blue commander that whenever you counter a spell, you draw. Oh, Brawl.
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 Chief of Compliance?
Yeah, I believe that's probably the most, in my opinion. It's also the most annoying mono blue commander.
What about the artifact guy who makes the 0/0 tokens who's power and toughness circle to the amount of artifacts you control?
Urza?
Urza, yeah. What about Urza?
Yeah.
I think Brawl's worse than Urza.
All right.
I'm fine with Urza.
There you go. Well, there you go, Social Sneaks. Go with Brawl. Brawl. So don't care about winning. My pod just want to troll everyone. That's funny.
Gotta do it.
But anyways, so heated. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so the only problem with that too is I feel like when there's certain phrases and certain words that are going to trigger people. And if you come up with a budget product saying that this is for poor people or whatever, people are going to feel discriminated. They're going to take it personally. And instead of, I understand what you're saying about poor or less expensive or budget or so on. Then I feel like you're potentially driving another wedge between people, because people are going to say, some people are going to say, oh, well, you're playing with the cheap cards. And other people are going to say, well, this is what I can afford. Or like, well, now you've set a threshold where I can't get, I have as much right to have all the signed cards as everybody else does. So it's a tough, I understand it's a tough world and a tough line to walk. To get those,
Yeah, and look, I understand it. Like, consequentially, one of the things I could see is if they made cheaper product for people to buy, one of the things to think about is the rip and shippers, is that if they can get their hands on these for prize support, they'll probably buy them all up.
Yeah.
So they're cheaper.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. Like I don't want to just say they should make poor people cards for people like me without thinking about all the consequences involved. Because not only would prices drop in the secondary market for certain cards, but there would be consequences on people buying the cards and who's buying the cards, who's chasing the cards. It might become a flesh and blood market, not like Flesh and Blood the game, but like people literally tearing each other flesh and blood for these cards, just for different things. Because look, I would kill, not legitimately, literally kill, but I would kill if I had a show where I cared about opening packs and doing giveaways, getting these cheaper packs to give away. Yeah. Isn't that right, Onyx? Isn't that right?
But all right, you got your chase cards, you got your serialized cards, you got your art cards. I wouldn't care if they got rid of all that, because if they did, their product would still sell for what it is.
Right. Well, think about this. Like, say, like, because I'm assuming if they made product for poor people like me, and I keep saying like me because trust me, I'm poor. Like, I can't spend as much on magic as Hillbilly gets to spend on magic, and Hillbilly doesn't get to spend a lot of magic.
No, not anymore since the prices are skyrocketed.
Right. But like I don't think they'll make booster boxes for people, but they might make like 3-card packs or single packs that you can buy from the dollar store. I don't think they're gonna like go full out on this thing, but I could definitely see like dollar store merch, merchandise.
Would it? So then the question becomes too: would that impact, or would it make the game better?
That's a good question.
I think it would if they got rid of all of the case cards that I was talking about, like art cards, the serialized cards. I mean, they don't need all that. People enjoy Magic for what it is. It's Magic the Gathering.
So here's a question.
Therefore, they're going to sell.
Here's a question. And this one's going to cut a little bit deep.
Okay.
Do you think Wizards of the Coast don't make dollar store packs like that because it segregates 2 different classes of people where they're guaranteed that more people with more money will buy their product than people with less money, and they're gatekeeping certain people from the game in the aspect of their worker class?
I've got an answer to that, which is I don't think they care. They're gonna make money. Their main goal is to make money. So I don't think they're going to do whatever serves their purpose the best. And I think that when it comes down to it, everybody's quick to proclaim the death of Magic because of this product, that product, or whatever.
Right.
The fact is, Magic, I'm not saying there isn't a point where Magic will die, but it will stabilize itself. They're going to find out no matter what they do, and they've done things and got away with things and pulled back from things, but their ultimate goal is to make money and to do it in the most consistent way. For all the times for all these products that people hate, there are people that are scooping them up and stuff. So I think that the long run and the long and short of it is, it's like they're going to do whatever it is to make money, but they want to make as much money as quickly as they can. And I think that each person in the company, running the company, is going to do that to make themselves look better.
Right.
And not calling anybody out specifically at the company, but I think they're going to do it in such a way that they want to be responsible for the one to make that next % of profit or whatever for the shareholders.
Right.
So I think it's done with that and without looking at the overall health of the game.
Right. That makes sense.
It will go up and down and stuff, but I don't think they're going to intentionally I think they're going to have collateral damage along the way, but I don't think they're intentionally going to push any one market over the other except to make profits.
Right. Okay. Lone Wolf.
Yep.
What's your thought process in all this?
Oh, I got a couple different views on this, to be honest with you. When it comes back to whether they should just make everything cheaper or if they should just make another product for poor people, there's 2 different ways to look at this. As a customer or person who plays Magic, I'd be okay with either way, to be honest with you, because I just like having the cards.
Mm-hmm.
But if I would let's say I was in Tibalts' shoes and have my own store, I think you'd rather them you'd want them to make them the cheaper product and not make everything cheaper, because you still want to be able to sell the higher end stuff and still be able to make some sort of money.
Right.
And if they'd make everything cheaper instead of making a new cheaper product for poor people, they're gonna be losing money, in my opinion, doing that way.
That's a possibility for sure. Well, thank you for your input. That is very, very intuitive.
Okay. All right, I got a little point to make out. All right, we know about Spider-Man, how well it did for them. We know it wasn't made digitally. So do you think that, we're getting more Marvel product, and they done said that it was not going to be made digitally? You think that product's going to flop for them also, just like Spider-Man did?
What?
Spider-Man flopped.
Right.
Do you think the other Marvel stuff that they cannot make digital, you think it's going to flop too because they cannot make it digital?
No, I don't think it's going to flop completely. What flopped
I think it will.
Spider-Man? What flopped Spider-Man the most is the fact that the poor set design was there, on top of not being on Arena.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's a 50-50 chance of it being flopping, and the reason why I say that is because you got Arena players who play paper for them, and you got players that play paper for them. And I think this whole almond path thing, while it sounds like a good idea, I think it's a disaster because they're the same card, but they're also not the same card.
Right. It's not exactly an impressive feature to have two different sets be one set. I get that. I just don't think Marvel's going to flop with the next set coming out because it's not an Arena. Spider-Man flopped because the set design was bad.
I think it's going to flop because it doesn't fit in the Magic universe. That's what I'm not wishing it on there. It's going to bring another segment of the population in, which is good. More people coming in, good. Universes Beyond, would love it or hate it or whatever. I think it's good in general because it does bring people in, and there are going to be people that are as passionate about it as we are. So that's a good thing, I think. But I don't feel. I think Marvel is going to be a good example. I'm hoping of things evening out. I think they're going to do a few more sets like this, and they're not going to be as well received. They're going to be lukewarm. I can't imagine that Star Trek is going to be overly well received. So I think these properties and stuff, I think we're going to see the evening out of these things through these next few sets.
Possibly. Well, anyways, not to overturn your comment about IPs, but do you have any final thoughts about Wizards making product for lower income people?
I think they should, but they shouldn't use the word poor. Just
poor is just is a tag.
Yeah, it is, but it is, but nobody wants to be classified in a certain demographic. So good big words.
Hillbilly. If they make product for poor people, they're not going to put on the package, this is for poor people. They're going to be like budget magic or discount magic, something that sounds a little flashier, but lets you know it's cheaper.
Yeah, true. I think they should, because they do say magic is for everyone. I do think they should make, just throw in another product, make it a little cheaper than other products. I mean, have a premium here, then have a lower end here. And that lower end will sell just as much, if not more, than the premium. Probably outsell it.
Like I wish I could find magic product at the Dollar General around here. Every time I go to the Dollar General, it'd be cool to see like a small pack of magic I can just pick up for like $3.
Yeah. Well, I can go to my right up the street here, purchase a pack of cards for $1 cheaper than what I could at Walmart.
Well, possibly. I believe it. Some local game stores do sell cards like that.
Oh, this is just a little Family Dollar.
All right. Tibalt, what's your ending thought?
So my general opinion is that I would like to see them pull back on the high-end stuff. I wouldn't want to see them necessarily making a budget version of things. but I think I would like to see them pull back to a tier of premium and standard, and that's it. A good example is, they were for a while were able to give us $20 commander decks. You remember those?
Yeah.
So if you continue to make products like that, and then you have the foiled out premium version of the commander decks,
Right.
they could do it. And I would like to see them pull back their scale back a little bit and concentrate on good storytelling and get back to what the game was. I mean, I hate to sound like an old fuddy-duddy shouting at clouds, but like I'd like to see them reinvest in the game itself and make it healthy again, and then they can go off and do their stuff. It's like I said, a roller coaster ride. Just I'd like to see them even out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Like I would like to see more product in lower budgeting places like Dollar General, just in general. That's my thought. Truth to be told, I do not know how popular or unpopular that idea will be. I just think it'd be cool to get cheap magic cards from a store, legitimate magic cards.
Definitely.
But anyways, really quick, we got to get to the question of the day. And we can't go a day by forgetting that. So let's get to the question today, which ironically was sent in from a person who's not supposed to be here, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's get to that question of the day.
So for today's question of the day, we're going to go a little silly. Would you rather blow up 100 balloons or lick 500 envelopes? What's your choice?
Oh my gosh, what a question.
That's funny.
I want to say blow up balloons as long as I got a hand pump to do it with.
Talk about getting some arthritis in your wrist or carpal tunnel.
But not if you got one electric one.
That's right. Use your air mattress pump to fill them up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I think I'd rather lick a 500 envelopes. There's a little flavor in there.
I didn't expect to be answering the question that I asked, but I'm going to say blowing up 500 balloons and doing that by hand because that means my lung capacity is better at this point.
Right. What about you, Lone Wolf?
I would have to say blowing up balloons. Got to have helium with it though, so you can have a little squeaky voice.
Wait, you guys are not going for the envelopes, but there's no flavor in the balloons. You get the envelope, lick. I don't know. I'd lick the envelopes, right? Like maybe I'm mailing off checks. Maybe I'm mailing off fan mail. Who knows?
That's it. Send it out token cards.
Right.
Yeah, when am I going to get my check?
As soon as you get money from the bank. All right, my friends. That was a fun little question of the day, but let's get to...
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Everybody now. Yeah. It's a shill section. Yeah. We're back to shill. That's right. I'm not good at Backstreet Boys songs. I wasn't a big fan of them, so.
Time to chill.
Time to chill. Everybody's time to chill for the thrill. You're going to find out where you can find some of these people that have been on the show. People who've been keeping us up topic. People have been awesome and amazing for showing up. TCGdude, you can find his information in the description below. Same with Tibalts, but we're going to let them talk about that first. We're going to start with the Lone Wolf.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on, and we had a good show today.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say let's get Tibalt up over 1,000, and let's get Hillbilly and Tortoise up to 1,500 subscribers. Really got to help support everybody out.
Oh, yeah. And why don't you talk about your GoFundMe link? I'll have that in the chat very shortly.
Okay, so the GoFundMe link is for me and my brother. We're trying to find an apartment because they keep raising our rent twice a year, and well, we had a little bit of a hiccup, so now we got to find another apartment. So all these funds will be going towards, down deposit, moving expenses, and everything else. So if you can help, or if you can help share the link, it would be greatly appreciated.
Sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. Let's go help him out, everybody. And with that, we're going to go to Tibalt.
So, if you're a budget player, buy singles. Even if you're not a budget player, buy singles. And a place you can buy singles is in Dark Ritual on TCGplayer. But where is that? If you go to darkritual.site, you can find all of my stuff together. Darkritual.site, where all the chaos comes together.
That's right.
I got to update that picture, man. My beard is not that dark anymore.
Right. But no, you're good. And don't forget, Tibalt has a YouTube channel, which will have a video with me in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That'll be up later on this weekend.
Yeah. And there's a link to his channel in the chat. So he got the store. He got a cool place. What, you know what you haven't talked about in a minute?
What's that?
Your little card searching thing.
Oh, I have not talked about the Arcane Nexus. So it's a place where you can go if you have a card that you're not sure where to use it. You can actually plug it in. You get a few free tries if you like. Put in the card that you want. And some of the newer cards I haven't got in the database yet or whatever. But if you're looking for something and you want some unique suggestions for the way that you play, however you choose aggressive strategy, combo players, whatever you are, it'll make some suggestions for cards that way. So, yeah, definitely check out Arcane Nexus.
Arcane Nexus. All right. And that's also in the darkritual.site link in the description.
That's right.
All right. Now we're going to roll over to, all right, cover your eyes and open them up slowly. Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. This afternoon around 2 o'clock, I'm planning on doing another stream. However, I do have some news about Monday. This is Monday. I will not be doing a morning stream on Monday. Something came up. My life that I got to take care of. Can't take care of it any other day but Monday. So Monday morning will not be a stream. I'm going to try to be done with what I got to do on Monday morning. I'm trying to be here Monday morning at 11 o'clock. And that'll be Monday. But I will be streaming around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Then I'll be doing 2 more streams for the next 2 days. Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday.
9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Every day of the week.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, everybody, Super Fast Tortoise. You can find me right here on this channel. If you enjoyed today's show, want to see more shows like this, because we're working on and progressing the show and getting more interesting topics in line, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Like the video. Thank you all for watching. Tonight there'll be a bracket 3 game. I need to make a thumbnail. Don't know who I'm playing yet, but we're going to be bracket 3 today. I'm probably going to play dragons again because, I played dinosaurs yesterday, but who knows? Maybe I'll play dinosaurs because, oh my Lord, I still want to play the specific board wipe in my deck that I haven't been able to play, but we'll see. But if you're part of the Discord, you're invited to try to get an attempt to play. What I do is I send out a link in Discord, or not a link. I send out a shout out in Discord asking people to play, and the game fills up. First come, first serve. If you come in and you hit the link or the picture or comment on the picture, I want to play. When I post the thing saying I want to play, usually around 4:30, 5 o'clock, when I post that, you'll be able to play spell table games with me. So if you got a spell table set up, part of Discord, and subscribed, you're welcome to play. But with that, my friends, I want to thank everybody for being here. Hillbilly, Mad Saxon, Lone Wolf, TCGdudes, for the small bit you were able to be here. I want to thank you all for being here, chilling out with us, being cool. I want to thank everybody in chat, from Coach the Magic to Social Snakes, and everybody who was playing along with the chat. You guys rock. You guys roll. I want to thank you, channel members, for growing the channel the way you do. Subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. You both rock. You both roll. I want to remind you that you love someone's thinking about you. If you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change you need today. And with that, we're going to go to the end stuff.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, Everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.